Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here's me today. I have another diamond in the rough for you guys. His name is Josh Polus. He is a wide receiver out of Johns Hopkins. Nice to have you on, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me on today.
Hey, no problem. Always good to talk to somebody who is relatively local as to where I currently reside. So, um, Johns Hopkins, if people haven't known, yeah, they actually play football. Most people, when they first think of Johns Hopkins, they don't think of football, but dude, Johns Hopkins is a great school. And you guys have had like an awesome offense. Had All Americans on had an All American on the defense. I mean, which a lot of people should already know. But let's focus more on you, man. You've had an interesting journey. So let's start from the beginning, man. Explain where you're from and start us out.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, I'm Josh Polce. I'm a graduate receiver at Johns Hopkins University. I did my undergrad at Shepherd University, and I'm from Frederick, Maryland, which is kind of right in between Hopkins and Shepherd. I went to Walkersville High School. I've been around football all my life. I've been playing football all my life, up through the Walkersville feeder system, and then that kind of led me to where I am today.
Cool. Yeah. So went to Walkersville. Probably maybe a 15-minute drive for me, just up the road. So yeah, man. Played a little bit of basketball there, as well as football, obviously. We're looking at a pretty big guy here who's over 6'3". So I think a lot of people, when they first see you, man, I mean, do they maybe see a basketball player still? Is that something that's still that to this day that you play?
I play every now and then, like out of season, just to like keep up conditioning, have some fun, do some kind of competition. Last spring, actually, me and a bunch of my buddies did the intramural league at Hopkins, and we won that. So that was pretty fun. That was a cool experience. But I think the
Cool.
basketball days are over now, and I'm just focused on football.
No, it's all good, man. So, a little cheating there, man. If you think about it, doing some intramural stuff. I mean, come on, man. We're looking at a guy who's a really good athlete playing out there for football. So, as a wide receiver. So, um, how long have you been playing football?
Really, as long as I can remember, I think I started in the youth program at like 5 or 6, and then ever since then, I've been playing football.
Cool. So, obviously a very big guy, man. But I would imagine somewhere along the line you've played other positions. So, can you share that real quick?
Yeah, so in high school, I was free safety as well. I was more like 195 then. I was really a late bloomer, so I didn't grow, and then I gained a lot of weight in college. But I played free safety, receiver, and then sometimes I would play like tight end packages in high school as well. So those are my main other positions.
Cool. So, again, from Walkersville High School, your college journey first starts at Shepherd University there in Martinsburg, West Virginia. So, uh, talk about talk about all that, or Shepherdstown, whatever. I mean, it's the same
Yeah,
area. So, but go ahead and just kind of talk about your experience there, and we'll walk from there.
sure. Shepherd had a great experience there. I made a lot of really good friends. Had the opportunity to play with some really talented players. I know you're familiar, but for everyone who isn't, Shepherd's a D2 powerhouse. Made the national Final Four for Division II. My last year there in 2021. Learned a lot about football. Had the opportunity to compete against some really talented guys on defense, and it really helped me develop and grow as a player.
Yeah, I want to say 2021. Um, just have to go back a couple seasons. That was when you guys had Tyson Bagent, who
Yep,
had won the Harlan Hill Trophy that year, correct?
that was the year he
Um,
won.
Part of that offense, I mean, had a great great offensive line in front of you as well, and obviously giving you guys a a great offense there at Shepherd. So, what do you remember most about that time?
Uh, I would just say I really got the feel of winning at the collegiate level, and it was something I was able to carry over to Hopkins. I had a lot of success in my whole high school program winning games, And in college, it's a little bit different, but it's very similar at the same time. So it's just all coming together as one, making plays collectively, and then being able to make a deep playoff run is something special. Playing football in December is always a special thing to do. So that's kind of what I remember most at Shepherd.
Yeah, and obviously, man, a lot of things are happening over the course of time. We ended up going through a pandemic, which allowed you to get another year. And so you take the opportunity after your time there at Shepherd and decide to transfer to Johns Hopkins. So how did that whole transfer bit work for you?
I mean, I just really view Johns Hopkins as the best of both worlds. You get the chance to attend a top 10 school in the country academically and you get a really amazing education. And also you get the opportunity to play football at a really high level. We're always one of like the top 10 teams in Division III. So it's just, I kind of viewed it as a no-brainer. I was graduated from Shepherd, was looking for somewhere else to get my master's degree. Again, had a great experience at Shepherd, but really wasn't what I was looking for master's wise from education. And then Hopkins came along. I was familiar with the coaches because I had some recruitment there out of high school. And then it turned out to be an amazing fit. I'm super happy I chose Hopkins.
So, it's interesting because I feel like Shepherd University, very high powered offense, right? But honestly, man, for people who don't know, Johns Hopkins has a very high powered offense there as well, distributing the ball to a lot of different receivers. What's like I don't know, similarities, differences that maybe you can share from your own personal experience?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of similarities. We are both have explosive offenses, great systems, great coaching, players who are able to make a lot of plays. Uh, both schools have really like just top quality players who are able to go out on the field and make plays. I would say the main difference is the number of top quality players. Shepherd maybe had a little more depth in that area, but I mean, for people who don't know Hopkins, it's like really high quality football, and as you mentioned, just a great like offensive outfit in general.
Yeah, so you talked a little bit about your role, but I'm trying to figure out, where exactly am I going to put this guy? Because I mean, again, introducing you as a wide receiver, but over 6'3", 225 pounds, perhaps more. What does that mean, man? Where are you used? I mean, can you kind of talk about your overall experience as as a target, I suppose, for your quarterback?
Yeah, I feel like versatility is definitely an intriguing aspect of my game. I can be utilized in a variety of ways. Hopkins, at this level, I was split out a lot one on one, and if I was left one on one, that was like viewed as a really advantageous matchups for us, and I was able to win those way more often than not. And then at Shepherd, when I was younger, I was using the run game a lot, mixing it up, blocking linebackers, defensive ends, anything. So, I mean, I feel like I can line up outside in the slot and do really whatever I'm asked to do at a higher level.
So, I mean, there's a part of me that feels like maybe even perhaps we can utilize you as like a move tight end, maybe like H back sort of player. Like, is that something that you would feel comfortable doing at the next level?
Oh, for sure. I'd be comfortable playing anywhere on the field. I mean, football is football at the end of the day. So I have experience lining up all over the field, and I feel like I can make plays anywhere. So wherever I'm asked to do is, I'll happily do it.
Okay, well, let me just piggyback on that just a little bit. So, you said anywhere. What about special teams, man? What's your attitude and approach towards special teams?
Oh, of course. Special teams is one third of the game. Definitely a really important component. When I was a freshman and sophomore at Shepherd, I was on all four special teams units. So I mean, I'm very familiar with it, and definitely something I'll be looking to contribute to moving forward.
Gotcha. So, again, one of the things that I personally feel separates you from a lot of people is just this, I don't know, a bit of a unicorn approach, man. Like, where in the world what are you gonna do with this guy? He's obviously a person who is a matchup nightmare to a lot of different people. Like, either he's too big to handle or what. But I mean, um, is there anything else about you that maybe separates you as a prospect other than that versatility?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it, size and speed, really good straight line speed, so I'm able to separate a lot that way as well. And then also, I would just say knowledge of the game. I can learn to play really fast. If you tell me something once, you won't have to tell me again. All that kind of stuff. So really just understanding of football, understanding of offensive schemes in general. I feel like that really worked to my advantage.
Cool. So let's just take a minute just to I don't know, kind of talk a little bit more about, some of the things that you're able to do. So, again, we're talking about a guy who's a receiver, who's a quality blocker. So let's look at you as a receiver first, because obviously that's what I think a lot of people, want to hear. So, what's that one route that you love hearing in the huddle when they call that one play, man? What's that one that you love doing for your team?
For this year, especially for the team, like I just really loved any kind of vertical shot. Just like a streak or go ball was probably our most effective play this year. Me and our quarterback had a really good relationship where I could either win with speed and he would put it out there and I would go track it, or if maybe they were playing off and I couldn't quite get on top of the defender, then he would put it up there, put it on my back shoulder, and let me go make a play. And then besides that, I would say I really like post corner. We have a variation of the play where we have three different routes depending on the defensive post snap alignment that are all similar. It's all one play, and that's really effective as well.
Great. And again, just kind of wanted to go on the flip side of that, where you're maybe perhaps not the target. You're the guy, out there, blocking for someone else. Is there maybe a play that you've been a part of where like you're not the target, where like, you really took pride in that?
Yeah, there's been several plays. One thing about Hopkins football is we really preach and advocate for receivers have to block in their run game. Like if you're going to play at Hopkins, you have to be physical, you have to block. So it's something that I've really become accustomed to over the past year and a half or so. And there was a couple of plays this year where we were just running zone, and then I would come in and we call it a force block. So on the safety, and took out the safety, knocked him down. Running back sprang off my back for a big play. It's always a great feeling when you can like kind of see it come to fruition and see the running back spring off your block.
Cool. And so, dude, during your time, I mean, you've had a lot of good moments at Shepherd and also there at Johns Hopkins. Can you give me perhaps one of those best moments? Give us an example of like either a game or a play that sticks out for you. We talked a little bit about you, as a blocker. So let's look at it from the standpoint of you catching a catching a touchdown pass or first down or some great play that you've been able to be a part of.
Sure, I'll go back to this year. We were playing Franklin and Marshall on the road. I think we were 5-0 or 6-0 at that point. It was a conference game. They were a really good team this year, and it was pouring down rain. So I mean, our offense is explosive and dependent on the pass. And then I was able to catch two like pretty long touchdown passes that I mean we were losing at the time, and both when I caught both the passes, so it was really huge for our team. Kind of got the momentum back on our side. We weren't used to being down at that point in the year. So it was like a little shell shock, and we kind of got rid of all that right away, got everybody back in their rhythm, and we were ultimately able to come back and win the game. So I feel like those two plays were huge for our team at the time and helped us go on to an eventual 12-1 record and Centennial Conference champs. But I would really highlight that game, especially given the weather and given the circumstances and everything like that.
Well, I mean, hey, usually weather is like a huge equalizer, and
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
said, kind of takes away like an offensive, like, deep threat,
Yeah.
possibility even. But to be able to come down with a couple of receptions to help, give the momentum to your team to maybe, pull out a victory, that's pretty awesome. So, um, Josh, let's take a moment and really not talk football for just a little bit, just to kind of relax and chit chat about you as a person under the helmet. So, I mean, again, not a lot of people when they think of Johns Hopkins, they think of football, they think of academics, even. So, what have you been able to do academically, actually, over your collegiate time?
So academically at Hopkins, I'm pursuing a Master of Science in Finance. I'm finishing that up now, actually. So that's been a great experience. I've learned a lot, had made a lot of really strong connections with former alumni and professors. And then undergraduate, I was a accounting major, so I've been doing the CPA exam. I've passed 2 out of 4 parts so far. I took a break during the season just because there's so much going on. I just wanted to really focus in on football. But I should probably pick that studying back up here soon.
Sure. No, and I get that, but I mean, obviously, you have your goals right now that you're trying to get through. So, um, let's talk about some more just for the fun of it. Again, actually a hometown guy here, in Frederick County, Maryland. When you think about, Walkersville and where you grew up, even what do you miss the most?
I would just say like the small town atmosphere. It was just a really tight knit community, especially when I was playing there. We were really good. I think we were like 36-4 in 3 years, 25-1 the last 2 years. It was the kind of town where when you play on Friday night, everything kind of shuts down. Everyone's at the stadium watching the game. And then on Saturday, when you're walking through town, be like, "Hey, great game yesterday," like that kind of stuff. So I miss that kind of like family atmosphere, tight knit stuff. But I've been blessed to be a part of two really great collegiate programs where have also been family atmosphere. So I've had a great experience.
Cool. And trying to see if I can maybe ask you a couple more questions. Is there anything else that I don't know, hobbies or interests or anything about you that you think people would like to know?
I mean, I just like hanging out with family and friends, my free time and stuff. I mean, no like crazy hobbies. Just most of my time between playing football, training for football. I mean, and then the course load at Hopkins is definitely pretty rigorous. So all that stuff's pretty. That's most of my life right there. Which I mean, I love. I love that's how it is. But yeah, no crazy hobbies or anything.
I mean, are you an outdoors guy? Like, some
Oh, for sure. In
people.
the summer, there's stuff going around here. One of my roommates is like, he loves the outdoor kind of stuff. So I'll go with him, go hiking, trail, stuff like that. But nothing too crazy.
I just know where we're at. Sometimes, like, it's a good idea to just maybe go fishing or hiking or something.
Yeah, that's always
A
fun.
lot of that around here, like if that's something that you're into. So, um, anything else you want to add, man? Because I mean, we're going to be wrapping this thing up pretty shortly. So, anything else you want to add about yourself?
Uh, like a final pitch is
Not yet, man. I'm not.
okay.
I'm not there just yet.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure.
We're
Anything
very
else?
close.
Just yeah, no, I don't think anything else hobby wise.
No other interests. I mean, let me see. I mean, are you a movie buff or something? Like, what do you
I
into?
like TVs and movies. I'm a big comedy fan, like The Office, Parks and Rec, those like kind of sitcom shows. I like movies. I like sticking with the comedy theme. I like Wedding Crashers. That's a funny one. And then I like the Batman movies, like Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises. Those are good ones.
Okay, cool. Well, it's nice to get a little bit more out of you than
Yeah, those are some good ones.
the obvious. But hey, Josh, obviously we're talking to each other under the framework of you wanting to get to the professional level. And so obviously, man, you've finished up a very solid career at two different institutions, and so now you're in the position where maybe you're going to get that opportunity at the next level. And so um, for all the people that might be watching this video, go ahead and let them know why you would be a great addition to an NFL franchise. So go ahead and give them your pitch and close us out.
Yeah, so we spoke about versatility already at length, so I won't say too much about it. But uh, one thing I've got from my teammates and coaches a lot this year that I really valued as a compliment is that I'm very unselfish. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win, whether that's catching passes in the run game, making plays on special teams, making plays in practice, just whatever it takes. I really love the process of football, not just the results. So I mean, everyone loves the games, but practice, film, training, weightlifting, all that kind of stuff. I'm really involved in all that kind of stuff in every aspect of it. And then finally, just to close it off, I'll say whenever I've been given an opportunity in college, I've really been able to capitalize and run with it. And I'm confident that if given a similar opportunity in the future, I'll be able to do the same.
Great. Well, Josh, part of me feels like you're just kind of this, I don't know, piece of clay that maybe perhaps a coach will be able to mold into whatever in the world they want to do with you. You're obviously a guy who has some decent size to work with, and so it's really a matter of hey, where do I want to put this guy? Is he a receiver? Is he a tight end? Or is he something else? But um, a moldable piece of clay that certainly a coach would love to be able to get his hands on and work with at the next level. Again, like you said, a guy who can do a whole lot of different things for a program. So wish you best of luck in this process and you take care, all right?
All right, for sure. I appreciate you having me on. Thank you, Jimmy.
No problem. Once again, Josh Polus, he's a wide receiver out of Johns Hopkins. Check this guy out.